Hello boys and girls, welcome to the Math Club. In this video, we're gonna revise some questions about Unit 2. Let's take a look at some questions here. Question 16. Write down the next term in the sequence. Now, to write down the next term of the sequence, you have to find the term-to-term rule. And what's the meaning of a term-to-term rule? It means how did this term become this and how did this become this? If they are the same, you're going to use it to find the next term. So how do we find it? By subtracting. So we're going to say 12 minus 10.5 and the answer is 1.5. So here we add 1.5. Let me zoom in. Okay. So the first thing here, let me do it like this. Okay. 1 point, so it's positive 1.5. And same idea, 14.5 minus 12. Okay, it's 2.5. So positive 2 point, sorry, 5. And then the 14.5, how did it become 18? So 18 minus 14.5. So positive 3.5. And then the 18, how did it become 22.5? So 22.5 minus 18 equals 4.5. So positive 4.5. Now, when you take a look at this sequence, you'll notice that D1 is not the same. So it's not arithmetic. So I need to find D2 to help me find the next term of the sequence. Now, D2, how do you find it? By finding the difference or the differences between the D1 terms. So how did the 1.5 become 2.5? 2.5 become 3.5 and it goes on. And if it's the same, it's going to be quadratic sequence and it will help me find the next term. So here, how did the 1.5 become 2.5? Very good, by adding 1. So positive 1. Same idea, 2.5 to 3.5 by adding 1. And then 3.5 to 4.5 by adding 1. So it means that D2 here, this is D2 or the second difference, is the same. So it's a quadratic sequence. Now, to find this, I have to add 1 here. So I'm going to add 1. It's going to be 5.5. And then I'm going to take the 5.5 and add it to what? To 22.5 to find the answer of the question. So I'm going to say 22.5 plus 5.5. And the answer is 28. Like this. So I found D1 and it's not the same. So I found D2 to help me answer this question. And by finding D2, I found out it's plus 1 or positive 1. And then I added 1 to 4.5. I got 5.5 here. And then I added 5.5 to 22.5. And the answer is 28. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 17. Expand and simplify. As we said before, these are two brackets. And we're going to expand them. And expanding two brackets will give you what? Very good. They will give you a quadratic expression. So to expand these, we're going to use the first one here and multiply it here and here. And then use the second one and multiply it here and here as we did before. Now let's do it together. The first part is expanding, so let's expand together. M times m equals m squared. And then m times negative 7 equals negative 7m. Very good. Now, this is the first part. Now, the second part is negative 3. Negative 3 times m equals negative 3m. Very good. And then negative 3 times negative 7. Negative times negative is positive. And then 3 times 7 is 21. Now this is the expanding part, which is done. Now we're going to talk about the simplifying part. Simplifying means take the like terms and add them and subtract them together. Now here is the only like terms that we have. So we write the rest of the expression, so m squared like it is. And then negative 7m, negative 3m, they have the same sign, so I'm going to put the same sign and add them together. So 7 plus 3 equals 10m. And then I put positive 21, the same as it is because I don't have a like term with it. So this is how you find or expand and simplify double brackets. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next question. Question B, factorize fully. Now, as we said before, if we have factorizing and we have what we call common factors, so we have to open up all the terms or the parts of these expressions. Here we have 24a power of 3. So when we open up together, we open the numbers to their prime factors. So 24 is what multiplied by what? Very good. I take the 24 and factorize it by dividing by 2. It's going to give me 12. And then divide by 2, it's going to give me, very good, 6. And then by 2, it's going to give me 3. And then by 3, it's going to give me 1. I take these numbers and I put them here. So I have 2, 2, 2, 3. Good. And then I take the letters a power of 3, so 3 a's. So a, a. Very good. Now I do the same with the next part or the next term. So 16, same idea. I'm going to use it here. Okay. So 16 divide by 2, it's 2. I'm sorry, 8. And then divide by 2, it's 4. And then by 2, it's 2. By 2, it's 1. So I'm going to take these 2's here. I'm going to write them here. 2, 2, 2, 2. And then I'm going to write the rest of the term, which is a power of 2. So 2 a's, a, and then b. Now I wrote all the parts of these terms or this expression. Now I'm looking for common parts in this expression. Now to find common parts, I have to look at these two groups. I have this group here and this group here. So I'm going to look at the common parts. First I have, let me change the color first. Now I have 3 2's here, okay, and 3 2's on the other side. So for each 2, I'm going to take 1. I'm going to take 1 of each. 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. And I'm going to multiply them by each other. So 2 times 2 times 2 equals what? Very good. 8. So I'm going to put 8 here. And because I took these 2's, I'm not going to use them again. And then for the letters, I have 1a here and 1a here, same idea. I'm going to multiply them by each other. They're going to be a power of 2. Very good. Now, do I have any other parts in common? Very good, I don't. I'll make a blue line here so you can see that I factorized 24 alone and 16 alone. Now, because I don't have anything in common, I will open a bracket now. Now, in this group, the first group, what did I leave? Very good, I left the 3 and the a. So I'm going to write 3a. And then I'm going to write the sign, which is negative. And then in the second group, what did I leave? Very good, the 2 and the b. So I'm going to write 2b. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now, focus on this, guys. When you factorize fully, you're supposed to take all the common factors outside. So as you can see here, these are the common factors outside, and there's nothing in common between the ones inside. Don't factorize and leave common factors inside. This is not the way you answer the question. You have to factorize fully to answer this question. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next question. Question C. Simplify fully. And the meaning of simplify, it means make it as simple as possible. Now, as you can see this fraction here, we have a coefficient here, which is 32 and 8, and we have variables, which is x power of 3 and x power of 4. So to simplify, we're going to divide the coefficients alone. So we have 32 divide 8 equals what? Equals 4. Very good. And then we divide the variables alone, which is x power of 3 and x power of 4. And when you divide the same base numbers or variables, the answer will be the same variable or base number, and you're going to subtract the powers. So you're going to say 3 minus 4. So the answer will be what? Very good. 3 minus 4 equals minus 1. So the full answer is 4x power of negative 1. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now, let's move on to the next number or the next question. Question 18. Expand and simplify. Now, as we see here, we have this expression. We're going to expand it and simplify it. First thing, we're going to expand. Now, to expand an expression like this, first, let's remove this, okay? We take the negative 3w here, and we multiply it inside the bracket. Now, we write 20w as it is, 20w, sorry, here, 20w, and then negative 3w multiplied by 4w. First, we multiply the coefficients. So it's going to be negative 3 times 4 is 12. And then w times w is w squared. Very good. And then negative 3w multiplied by 5 is going to be negative 15w. Very good. Now we take a look at the expression here. Do we have like terms? Very good. We have 20w and negative 15w. So we're going to work them together. So 20 minus 5 equals what? Very good. Equals 5. So 5w. And then we write the rest as it is, which is negative 12w squared. And this is the final answer for simplifying a question like this. So we expanded first, and then we simplified by writing the whole expression. And at the end, we have no like terms, so we can't work them up together. Very good. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question B. Solve the equation. To solve an equation like this, as we see, we have a fraction and we have a 9 on the other side. So we have to get rid of this 5. And because we are dividing on 5 here, we're going to do the opposite thing by taking it to the other side by multiplying. So it's going to be 9 times 5. And 9 times 5 equals what? Very good. It's going to be 45. So we're going to use this and solve the rest of the equation. Now, let's use the space here. So we have 7x minus 11 equals 45. Now, we're going to take the negative 11 to the other side. It's going to be positive 11. So 7x equals what? 45 plus 11 is going to be 56. Very good. Now, the 7 is multiplied by the x. So I'm going to take it to the other side by dividing. So x equals what? 56 divide 7. Very good. And when you use the calculator and divide 56 by 7, it's going to be 8. So x equals 8. And this is the final answer. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question 19. Find the nth term of the sequence. As we said, to find the nth term of a sequence, we're going to use what? We're going to use the formula, which is what? A1 plus dn minus d. This formula is always used to find the nth term of an arithmetic sequence. Now, first thing, we know that A1 is what? Very good. It's the first term of the sequence, so it's 27. So we write 27. And then we find the d of the sequence, which is the first difference. So 27, how did it become 23? We find out by minusing 27 minus 23. So it's 4. So it's negative 4. So we subtract 4 out of each term to get to the next term. So 23, how did it become 19? 23 became 19 by, very good, by the same way, subtracting. So we subtract 4, so negative 4. Same idea, 19 became 15 by subtracting. So negative 4 is what? Very good, it's d1, or the difference. So d here equals negative 4. And focus on the sign because it's very important in sequences. Now we have a1 and we have d. We're going to use them with this formula here to find the nth term of a sequence. Let's write it together here. So a1 is what? It's 27. And then plus d is what? Negative 4. Very good. Multiplied by n. And then the negative in the formula. And then the d is negative 4. Now you have to focus on this. These signs here are very important. We use the sign of the formula and we use the sign of the difference. Don't forget them, because if you forget one of the signs, you'll have a wrong answer. Now let's continue. So here we have positive, negative. It means it's negative. And here we have negative, negative. It means it's positive. So we write the same formula with the new signs. Then 4. Now we look at the formula here, or the expression, and then we use like terms and we use them together. We have 27 here and plus 4. So 27 plus 4 equals what? 27 plus 4 equals 31. So it's going to be 31 and then minus 4n. And this is the nth term of this sequence. And this is how you answer a question like this. So in questions like these, you have to focus on using the formula of the nth term, or the nth term of arithmetic sequence. And this is how you answer a question like this. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.